Hello, welcome to the Math Literacy Grade 12 Financial Math series. In this episode, I'll be doing interest rates and I'll be more focused on simple interest. Stay tuned.
Okay. Whenever a person buys something on credit, they are charged an interest. Interest is defined as the money paid for the use of other money. This means if party A borrows money from party B, party A will have to pay the actual value of the loan plus an interest fee. The amount to be paid is the principal amount. Therefore, interest is added to compensate the during that the money was not used by party B. There are two types of interest, the simple and the compound interest. In this episode, I'll focus on the simple interest part. Simple interest is usually interpreted as the straight line growth. The value of the interest is obtained using the principal amount invested or borrowed. Therefore, the formula for calculating simple interest is A equals to P multiplied by 1 plus R multiplied by N, whereby A is the total amount accrued at the end of the deadline and P is the principal or initial amount borrowed or invested, and then R is the interest rate for the payment interval, and finally N is the number of payment intervals over the deadline of the loan or investment. Interest can be obtained on a quarterly, half-yearly, monthly, daily, or yearly basis. If the payment interval changes, the interest rate and the payment interval are affected. Today's examples. Example 1 states, Tom borrows 1,000 rands from Jerry and Jerry's interest is 150 rands. Calculate total amount to be paid by Tom. Okay, so here first of all we know the formula that we to calculate the amount to be paid is P plus R, which is the initial amount borrowed plus the interest fee. So therefore A equals to P plus R, and then we substitute on the principal amount by 1,000 and on the rate we have substitute by 150 rands, and then when we add them all together we get 1,150 rands. In example 2 states that Tom pays Jerry the loaned amount plus an interest which is 1,150 rands. Jerry decides to invest it at Capitec Bank for 2 years at 9.5% simple interest per annum. Calculate Jerry's returns at the end of the deadline. Now here, the amount that Jerry decides to invest is 1,150 and at an interest of 9.5%, and the deadline is 2 years, which is our payment interval. Now, our formula, we're going to use the formula, the formula whereby, let's say formula A equals to P times 1 into R times N. And then we're gonna substitute our principal value by 1,150 rands, and then our interest rate we always divide it by 100. The one that we are being provided with, we divide it by 100 and then we multiply by the payment interval, which is 2. So 2 payment intervals are going to be made. Yeah, so here Then we substitute all the things, we work it out on our calculator, and then the amount that we get is 1,368 rands 50 cents. Okay, now for your homework, this is the scenario. Okay, Standard Bank has an offer of 8% simple interest per annum paid quarterly. If Jerry decides to invest his 1,150 rand at Standard Bank rather than Capitec, would it be a wise choice? Now, I want you to comment your answers on the comment section below. I want to hear from you whether would be Jerry making a good choice by investing it at Standard Bank, or he should stick to Capitec Bank, which gave him returns of 1,368.